Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to, cut through the noise and get straight to the insights you care about. You're tuned in because you want to be well informed. You want to understand the big shifts happening. Today, we're tackling something pretty significant. It's this challenge that's keeping educators, employers, well, frankly, anyone invested in real skills up at night. I'm talking about the rise of AI and its huge impact on academic integrity. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today, to explore one of the really intriguing strategies emerging to fight back against AI cheating. We're doing an in-depth look at a specific approach. It's quite revolutionary, outlined by EON Reality. It's their EON Integrity Suite and their white paper, which they've boldly titled The End of AI Cheating. That's quite a claim, right? So we'll dig into their vision and see what it's all about.
It is a bold claim. And what's fascinating here really is that this isn't just about finding clever ways to catch students cheating. It's suggesting a fundamental rethink, a reevaluation of the whole education and credentialing system. The gravity of the problem, it really can't be overstated. We are seeing an escalating crisis. Academic integrity is under serious pressure, and it's directly hitting the value, the perceived value and the actual value of qualifications. It's forcing a shift, in how we even define and measure knowledge versus skill in this new AI world.
It definitely sounds like a crisis, but maybe help us understand specifics. Where do traditional tests, essays, exams, reports, where do they actually fall short now? What makes them so, well, vulnerable?
That's the crux of it. These methods, they were designed before this kind of AI existed. Now, you've got sophisticated generative AI, large language models. They're everywhere, super accessible. Students can generate answers that sound completely plausible, write whole essays, solve problems, often without grasping the core concepts at all. Imagine, like, asking for an essay on quantum physics. An AI can spit out something coherent, well-structured, sounds authoritative in seconds, even if the student hasn't got the first clue, really. It creates this academic integrity arms race.
Yeah.
The detection tools are always playing catch-up. And honestly,
Ah,
they're falling behind. It's like bringing a sniffer dog to find something invisible.
that's a powerful image. And if the tools are losing the race, what are the bigger consequences? I mean, what happens to the value of a degree, a certificate, if we can't trust how it was earned?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the consequences are, frankly, profound. We're seeing a rapid devaluation of degrees and certifications right across the board. Employers, they're increasingly struggling to trust that a credential, a degree, a certification, whatever, actually represents real competence, real skill mastery.
Right. How can they be sure?
Exactly. Think about the job market. What does it mean if a diploma isn't a reliable guarantee of skills anymore? It erodes trust, not just in graduates, but in the whole education system. The white paper points this out. They call it the gotcha classroom. Focusing on catching cheaters after the fact with plagiarism checkers, proctoring. It's just failing. It's reactive. Trying to manage a problem that's evolving proactively and misses the point of this new challenge.
Okay, so the old ways, the gotcha approach, they're not cutting it. We need something else. We've seen different ideas, haven't we? Better AI detectors, changing how assignments are done. But what we're looking at now, this EON Integrity Suite, it sounds like a really radical departure, more than just damage control. Can you describe the core idea, the philosophical shift behind it?
Absolutely. It's not just tweaking the old system. It's a different approach entirely. Revolutionary is probably the right word. The core shift is this: moving away from asking, what do you know? Because, well, AI can often know that, or at least mimic it. Instead, it asks, what can you do? It focuses squarely on verifiable skill demonstration. And crucially, it does this inside an immersive, interactive XR environment. Extended reality.
XR, so like virtual reality.
VR, AR, MR, the whole spectrum. Imagine stepping into a simulation, a virtual world, where your competence is measured by your actions, your performance, not just your words on a page. It's a huge leap from pen and paper, or even just staring at a flat screen.
Okay, that sounds fundamentally different. But how does it work, practically? How does doing something in XR make it, as they claim, impossible to cheat?
Right, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The suite is built on three key pillars to achieve this. First, performance-based assessment. Learners aren't just recalling facts. They are actively doing things, performing tasks, solving problems, demonstrating skills in a live virtual setting. Think less written test, more like a high-stakes practical, like a flight simulator, but adaptable to almost any field you can imagine. Second pillar, AI-driven skill validation. Now, this is clever. There's an integrated AI, but it's not the one doing the task. It's observing and analyzing everything the human learner does within that simulation, every action, every decision, the outcome, in real time. It measures its performance against expert benchmarks, so you get objective, data-driven proof of mastery. This AI is like a super attentive, completely unbiased evaluator. It can track thousands of data points a human might miss. And the third pillar, authentic, uncheatable scenarios. This is where the impossible to cheat part really comes in. These assessments demand hands-on interaction, critical thinking, dynamic decisions. Right there, right then. The nature of the tasks makes it impossible for some external AI, like a chatbot, to do it for the learner.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah, you can't ask ChatGPT to, say, virtually operate heavy machinery for you or troubleshoot a complex circuit in a simulation. The human has to be there, physically, mentally doing it, making decisions, performing actions. AI can't replicate that remotely for someone else in this context.
That paints a much clearer picture. It's fascinating. To really make this concrete for everyone listening, could you give us some vivid examples? What would someone actually do in one of these scenarios instead of just writing about it?
Sure, let's take a science student. Instead of writing a lab report, they're in a virtual lab. They're manipulating virtual glassware, mixing virtual chemicals, watching reactions happen, recording data, all interactive, all in 3D.
Wow, okay.
Or think about an automotive technician. Forget listing engine parts. They're diagnosing a fault in a virtual engine. They have to systematically check things, maybe perform virtual repairs, figure out the problem. And the AI is watching their whole process, their logic. The white paper also mentions things like high-stakes business negotiations. You'd have to react to changing situations, maybe read virtual body language, make strategic choices on the fly. The key point, really, is that an external AI just can't perform these complex, real-time, hands-on actions for the human user. It's not about spitting out memorized knowledge. It's dynamic application, precision, problem solving. You can't get ChatGPT to perform your virtual surgery for you, right?
Definitely not.
Or calibrate some complex lab equipment in the simulation, the human interaction, the decision-making, sometimes even like virtual dexterity. That's the core of the assessment. It fundamentally changes what's being tested.
So no more bluffing your way through an essay then. It really sounds like the system sees how you do things, not just the final answer. That's really interesting. To understand the robustness here, can we peek under the hood a bit more? What's the tech powering these labs and the AI analysis?
Yeah, let's pull back the curtain. The EON Integrity Suite uses EON Reality's core technologies, obviously. Central to it are the XR immersive labs. These are the realistic, interactive 3D spaces, the sandboxes where skills get demonstrated. And they're incredibly versatile. They can replicate almost anything. A sterile operating room for a medical student, maybe? Or a complex manufacturing floor for a technician. Even a hazardous site for safety training. The detail, the interactivity, it makes the virtual environment feel remarkably real, very responsive. It's like a digital twin of a real place or situation. Then there's the AI performance analytics. This is where that AI evaluator really works its magic. It tracks, as I said, thousands of data points, not just right or wrong, but how you got there, why you made certain choices, how efficient you were. We're talking granular stuff, procedural accuracy, decision-making speed. Did you follow safety rules? Did you use the virtual tools correctly? All this data builds a super comprehensive, objective skill profile. It gives incredibly detailed, unbiased insight into competence, far beyond just pass-fail.
That detailed analysis, it really throws the difference between this and traditional assessment into sharp relief, doesn't it? The deep dive difference, maybe, feels like a total shift. Can you walk us through the main contrasts side by side?
It is a stark contrast, absolutely. Let's break it down. Assessment method. Traditional is static, right? Essays, multiple choice reports, EON Integrity Suite. It's dynamic, immersive, task-based XR simulations. Fundamentally different experience. Focus. Traditional often prioritizes knowledge recall. Can you tell me about it? The suite focuses squarely on applying skills, critical thinking, solving problems in action. Can you actually do it? It's mastery over memorization.
Okay, that's clear.
Then the integrity method. This is huge. Old ways are reactive. Plagiarism checkers, proctoring, trying to catch cheating after it happens.
Correct.
The EON suite is proactive by design. The assessment itself is inherently cheat-proof because it requires active, real-time human participation that AI just can't fake for you. And maybe the most critical point for credentials. Evidence of skill. Traditional tests give you an indirect measure, a grade, a score. It's a proxy. The suite provides a direct, verifiable, detailed record of performance. You see the actions, the decisions, which lead straight to AI vulnerability. Traditional methods, extremely high risk. Easy to use AI to cheat. EON Integrity Suite, inherently low risk, maybe even zero, because the human has to do it. It flips the whole script on cheating.
It really does. And what's so interesting is how these differences directly tackle that erosion of trust, that devaluation of degrees we talked about. How exactly does this verifiable proof of skill counter that problem?
Well, when you have direct, verifiable proof evidence drawn from someone actually performing in a realistic simulated scenario, you're not just relying on theoretical knowledge that could have been faked by AI. It fundamentally restores the value of the credential because it's backed by objective, demonstrable competence.
Right? It's proof positive.
Exactly. Employers can look at a certificate earned this way and have much higher confidence that the person actually has the practical skills needed, not just book smarts. It shifts the whole meaning of a qualification, from maybe pass the test to can actually do the job, from memorization to applied mastery.
Now let's zoom out a bit because this isn't just about individual students. There's a compelling business case here for institutions, for companies, for universities, certification bodies.
Yeah.
How does this help them not just survive, but maybe even thrive?
Oh, absolutely. For educational institutions, certification bodies, this suite is a powerful way to restore and, frankly, significantly boost the value of your credentials. Imagine getting a degree or certificate that comes with a verifiable portfolio of demonstrated skills. That's incredibly valuable to employers.
Much more than just a transcript.
Way more. This boosts the institution's reputation, their prestige. It also makes them far more attractive to students who want qualifications that genuinely prepare them for the real world. In a crowded market, offering truly AI-proof credentials, that's a massive differentiator. It's about future-proofing their relevance.
That makes a lot of sense. And then connecting this to the corporate world, to workforce training, what's the impact there? Companies spend fortunes on training, right?
Yes, and the impact on corporate training is potentially huge. The suite helps ensure those big training investments actually result in real, demonstrable skills in their workforce. It's not just about ticking compliance boxes. It leads directly to fewer mistakes on the job, better safety, especially in critical fields like manufacturing or healthcare, and ultimately, improved productivity, better efficiency. When people truly have the skills, the benefits are tangible, measurable, hits the bottom line. It reduces the risk of hiring or promoting someone based on, well, artificially generated competence. EON Reality seems pretty confident too. They're offering this complimentary credential integrity audit for organizations.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, to help them see their vulnerabilities and explore this kind of performance-based assessment. It shows the urgency, but also their confidence in the solution.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for us, for learners, educators, employers? The core takeaway from this deep dive seems pretty clear. We're seeing a proactive, tech-driven solution to a really pressing problem, a problem threatening trust in education itself. It's a compelling picture, isn't it? A future where what you can do demonstrably defines your qualifications, not just what you know or what an AI can say for you. It's a fundamental move from recall to verifiable application.
And this does raise an important question, maybe something for you, our listener, to ponder. How might this big shift in assessment change not just how we learn, but maybe what we prioritize in education and training? If demonstrable competence becomes the gold standard, what new skills suddenly become absolutely essential? And how do our education systems need to adapt to actually develop those truly uncheatable hands-on abilities? What gets emphasized?
Absolutely. It's a fascinating development, definitely one to watch. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today, exploring the potential end of AI cheating and this new era of authentic assessment. We hope you walk away well informed and with plenty to think about.